Oops, I lost. Ah, well, whatever, but I didn't skimp. What's this? What happened to all that dignity you had a minute ago? You know, once the classification of Evil King is gone, I don't need to strain myself. Why bother with effort? See, my Evil King power is slipping away, and soon I'll have Former in front of my name. Fourth wall joke. Whoa, the power! I'm regaining my power at last! Alas. Strange you didn't change. I was going to get you as soon as you gained your body and left Ari. Don't bluff, you toad! But I understand. I thought this Vampire Evil King was the last fake Evil King who has my power. Well, there are two possibilities. In this case, you don't need to explain, Mr. Scholar. Let me do the talking. Curses, this again? Ah, that voice I do indeed know. 'Tis Balloon, our long-sought foe. Completely botched his name that first time. Nice spiky shoes there, champ. You, Shadow Evil King there. The reason why you cannot regain your total power despite defeating the Vampire Evil King is simply because I have intentionally reduced the total power of the Vampire Evil King. When I found out you were on the way here, I came up with something. So yeah, pretty much rather than, have the Vampire Evil King fight us at full power, he was like, actually, I'm just going to take a pinch of his power away from him. What? I see. If you want to go back to being the Evil King, the only way is to make me obey. Unmake your maker, little Shadow. You're the one who made you an Evil King. You bastard! Hero you too. If you want to triumph as a hero, you must defeat me. Otherwise, I will continuously release new Evil Kings until I completely clear all of you out. I will go before receiving such a silly invitation. I'm completely irritated by you. Good for you. Do you have the same opinion, Ari? Solemn nod. Then visit the World Library. I will have you participate in an interesting circus there. It's a really wonderful circus. Ha 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 ha. Suppose I'll be on my way now. I don't know why I'm still... Okay, there I go. Yes, there I am. All right.
The World Library. What secrets await in this unknown and mysterious place?
Goodbye, narrator. We never see him again. Well, hear him again. The road to the World Library. Oh, I know, I can show you. I can't go in with you, though. I wasn't invited. You're supposed to ask for a permit, and then a bridge will appear from the village. If you want to go, I can bring the bridge. Balloon said you should come, too. So I won't be punished, right? Why'd you suddenly become so pathetic once you lost? It's worse than that Chairman Evil King. What? By the way, he does have Former there. By the way, who is the Chairman Evil King? No, whatever. I don't know, and I don't care. What's wrong with you? The final chapter. Yeah, chapter 6 is short. It's just that. Pretty much your Highlands escapade. Actually, I'm going to poke my head in here real quick and show off that it is basically Ari's house. I also think Vampire has something to say. Although, brings all of us. Door is shut tight. Nothing's in it. Nothing's in it. It's a very bare-bones replication of Ari's house, but it is clearly his house. According to that balloon, it seems I'm not important. But I'm relieved, because I won't be punished despite losing. Thank goodness. We call that character Noki Kisa. Now, see, if you've seen her videos, stroke the couple of videos she's in with me... Oh, Epros, what's up? Oh, the Flatlanders, did you know it was really noisy with sounds of blades last night? I didn't hear it at all. I wonder what happened. My hazard into your plight. Once life sucked, 'tis now alright. Once life sucked. 'Tis now alright. Oh, Epros, you card. It will come at... Jesus Christ. Let's just get through this as quickly as we can. Never came last night, the dream of ecstasy. I guess all sorts of people exist. Sorry about that. Yeah, I wonder what the villagers have to say. So, how's my health? Yeah, no, I need a rest. You are the shop owner. Well, I mean... you don't have strawberries or basic nuts. Alright, well, I mean miracle nuts. That's full health, though. No, I don't need that. Well, since I can't return to shop, I should probably run off to Tree Stay real quick. It smells like someone's making pancakes. Not in my place, certainly. No, I would never. No one loves me enough that lives in my place that would make me pancakes. And before anyone asks, I do live alone, so... There's no reason why I can't make pancakes other than pure laziness. How was the village hotel? We can't really tell what it's like compared to other places. Other hotels, I think she means. So yeah, this village is now freed from its curse, I suppose. I was able to sleep last night. I feel great. I hope I can sleep tonight, too. Hey, should be fine. Vampire's more or less done. I suppose I could go to IHOP and get pancakes if I really wanted to, but that's a bit of a drive. And I don't feel... How do I get down? I think it's okay. Let's go over that way. I know the World Library is down. Specifically, I do like this little place where you can run up here. And there's absolutely nothing. It's just a good place to view everything. Oh yeah, I also wanted to go to Tree Stay. That would have been embarrassing if I started and didn't go to Tree Stay. So yeah, Vampire Evil King. One of the harder bosses, in my opinion, which makes sense given he's late game, penultimate boss. I think he's harder than Linda and Epros. The hardest boss is easily the final boss, although he doesn't have any minions. It's just purely a slog, provided you have enough items and gear. I'd say Bull is next, purely because of his massive amount of health, the damage output, and his minions. Vampire is probably after, is definitely after him. Probably Epros at that point, then Linda, then Chairman. I would say Sewer after that, purely because you've only got the 2 party members and you can't level up Rosalind any. And then fucking Bubble Evil King's probably the easiest. KT. Yeah, despite Bubble Evil King having more health than Chairman. Chairman actually has less health. Not much less, they're both over 600, but, you know, it's a bit less. Yeah. I'm looking for, first of all, any of this World League. Okay, I don't need that. Hero's Armor would be better, but I can't afford it. Although, it's 2 extra defense, I think I'll be fine. There we go. I need some nuts. Give me... Sure, 11 will do. Also more of these. I think 5... I think... You know what? Yeah, sure. Fuck it. And 5 is fine on energy flowers. Alright. So we're off to the World Library, which is easily the hardest dungeon in the game. Although it's... I think it's better than Deep Grave Pit, purely because the pit is so... God, boring. It is just awful. It's probably also going to be my last sit-down with Okage for a while. Since, you have a once-a-year play-this-game policy, and, started this... I started playing it back in January. I can't remember when I started uploading it. I suppose it wouldn't be difficult to just check that, but, did I ever start recording this back in January? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm gonna check real quick when the first episode of this particular playthrough went up. But yeah, I have said I'll do a speedrun in 2019, and I will. It might not be early 2019 because real life is happening, and for all I know, I might be sort of busy at that particular period. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just looking when the first episode was. I suppose I can move while I'm doing that. I started uploading... Yeah, I started uploading this in January. We've made it to April. So, you know, that's interesting. Why did it take me so many months to beat this game? I think it's just because I play so sporadically and I'm uploading it. I could knock this out in probably a week or 2 if I really wanted to. I'm gonna knock it out in a speedrun, so I'll have to knock it out in a day, probably. So the speedrun is, last time I checked, around 6 or 7 hours. But then again, I also am doing everything, so... Cross the massive bridge to the World Library. here we are. I always thought there should be tiny gears or, you know, something in this area. But no, there's nothing. There's some bones, like, who the hell died here? You're just hop, skip, and a jump away. There's an animal, which makes more sense. A broken stone circle, or, if you'll notice, actually no, the broken one is up there. That's the broken stone circle for teleporting. This is a cracked symbol on the floor that we used to wake up Stan. Broken stone circle for that background storytelling. And here's the final bridge. We're just gonna jitter our way across it. And the whole team's here. Here we are at the World Library. In Balloon's domain, we have less to fear. He will be wary lest we harm what he holds dear. With haste, head below, as nigh the time draws near. Head below. Humph, Balloon, even though he's human, he displays enormous evilness. I'll give him the punishment that he deserves. Hey, slave, your belongings, there's something clashing. That can't be. Friendship bond, yeah! Last time we got that was when we went to fight Epros. There it is again. The last time flash power seemed to increase. Did it happen again? Well, we can always try it out. Let's go, slave to meet Balloon. So yes, with the friendship bond, we gain friendly attacks, which is Stan doing, I think, full, like, attacking all other enemies' attacks, which is pretty impressive. So am I in the... Okay, yeah, I don't know why it spawned me that way. Let's just save real quick. Since we're here, I'm going to pull up my handy-dandy map, because this place is a fucking maze. I don't know where Epros is during this. Oh, here comes the cause of Balloon's anger to the World Library, the World Core. You're human, not a ghost. You can't fight. Thanks. Man with a still gaze. We record the classification that infuses the world by listening to them in this listing them in this classification list. This is a library, and we are just clerks, mere helpless workers. Classification list. The mechanism of Balloon's world. Order is written here. That's right. We know your situation too. Our fate is in your hands. I know you want to hurry. This place consists of 3 buildings, center, east, and west. It's pretty big. Some doors require keys to go through. I recommend just proceeding without being in haste. Balloon won't run away. In other words, take your time. This is a tough dungeon, and it's really big. Or, you know, barrel headfirst into a ghost. That's fine, too. Ah, bats. So, worth noting... why is Linda first? Worth noting is, that, there's an achievement for getting the Queue of Hearts, which, as I've explained earlier, is a drop from Epros' minions. If they drop an item, it's a guarantee that it's got fucking Scatterbrain. Are you serious? Oh no, Linda's Scatterbrain. Just defend. I don't care. As far as... The Masterless Swords appear here, and you can farm for the item here as well. However... Miss! Ari, for God's sakes. We really need the bats dead. They are the worst. Yeah, you can farm them here. Worth noting is that Epros has a spell that turns enemies into items. It does not work for... Good job, Stan. That doesn't work. Like, at all. For... Oh good, now everyone's scatterbrained. That just doesn't work flat out, period. It is... For the Queue of Hearts, I mean. It works as a spell, but it drops, like, status items, so it'll drop nuts, big nuts, wild strawberries, things like that. It will not turn them into the item they're supposed to drop, should they drop an item. So you need to farm the Masterless Swords, either in the Epros fight, which is viable, or just get lucky on some ghost draws here. This is also where you farm money. My argument is you farm it right near that little journal diary thingamahoosit, so that you have plenty of health stroke time. Because that's just a free HP and LP, to be fair. That's just free healing right there. There's no reason not to do that. So, oh god, it's... Game is lagging. This is a digital copy. How are you doing, Matt? That doesn't make any sense. That is not the right way to go. At least I don't think it is. This doesn't make any... I don't know what is happening. I would blame my PS2 disc scratching, but no, it is... Oh, the mummies are back from the desert. Yeah, this is a digital copy. I don't know what the hell it's doing, skipping around like that. Oh, Mortal Moon. As opposed to those Immortal Moons. They're so much more annoying to deal with. Those guys just keep on going. That's Rosalind's fancy new ice spell. So yeah, your first couple of fights are probably going to be like this. Purely because, you know... There's no urns in this dungeon, which is nice. But, oh no, corrosion. But, you know... The enemies are tough, and you want to be a high enough level that you can take on Balloon. And again, free healing at the frickin' journal. No reason not to do that. Although I am gonna have to go back now. Go back, heal up. Ari's only at... Jeez, Ari's only at 60 health. That's not good. So yeah, strictly speaking, this video could be used as a guide. Oh, nice. To get through, maybe just follow what I do, although I'm gonna be probably backtracking the stupid diary a bunch. At least in the beginning part. However, once you, Thunderpeck, nice. However, if you don't want to do that, I have a map that I like using and will keep referencing. I'm just gonna go ahead and post that in a link to it in the description. Of this and all the videos in the World Library. So if you are currently running through it and don't feel like waiting for me, you can just do that. Alternatively... Oh, why are you so tiny? Tell me, Mind Minion, what is the necessary attitude for world conquest? Say whatever comes to mind. Tyrannically? Invoke dark power... And do your chores! And rule absolutely. Tyrannically invoke dark power and rule absolutely. That sounds good. Ah yes, you've inspired my conquest to new heights. Boy, let me thrash these ghouls. Are you actually going to thrash these ghouls, or are you just going to go for the preemptive strike that doesn't actually damage them? Oh, it's the swords. And one of the bats. Well, fuck, that killed the bat. Sure. Let's kill the swords. Maybe one of them will drop an item. That'd be fortuitous, wouldn't it? I also am, like, 99% positive that if they drop an item, it is by default the Queue of Hearts. And not, you know, some shitty other item. No. But those are who you need to fight, the Masterless Swords. That is the only way to get the Queue of Hearts in-game. The achievement is something called Lady Luck, and I think it's because that item... It's one of Epiros's weapons, and it boosts his luck quite a bit, so he gets better critical hits with it. That's his whole thing with that particular attack. Maybe it's just this part of the library, who knows? maze. I need to get back this way. There we go. That's not a doorway that will say it's open. Nope, I went the wrong... Did I go the wrong way? No. I'm going the right way. Damn this maze-like room. Ah! It's Sun and Moon. This game predicted Pokemon decades before it came to fruition. At least one of them's fire-based. That's always nice. Yeah, Linda, doing 110 to it. Probably gonna stop backtracking at this point. Purely because I have enough magic that I can more than likely handle a few. Short circuit. What a weird attack to use. And you missed, you fool. And I've probably got more than enough LP to get me through. That and this dungeon kind of loops back on itself a lot, so I'll be running through the beginning area again pretty soon. Oh, Linda's almost dead. That's not good.